Yo, 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 what is up for another episode of Flip Your 20 Friday? Ooh, it's getting better. What's that? Oh, it's opposite day? Okay. I'm talking to nobody because I live alone. As per usual, if these videos are helping you, please like, share, subscribe. It's the whole reason of doing them in the first place, to help us live our best lives. That was not a planned song. All right, so today's topic is a year ago today, ... A year ago today, ... And here's where this topic came from. So, well, there's a few things. So, I just got off the phone with a conference planner. I was supposed to keynote a conference in the spring. Obviously, it didn't happen. Thanks, COVID. So we're going to do a virtual one this next spring. And we were talking about the message and how the message is adjusted for virtual or because of COVID and things like that. And so I get going, I start talking, I'm like sweating because I've been all excited about Flip Your 20. And she was so awesome. Like, what a great conversation, a great human being. Like, it was just awesome. And we were talking about, flipping your 20 and not wishing things were better. This is what we're in. This is the situation we're in. What are you going to do with it now? And I said, for example, and I looked at my watch. I said, oh my gosh, it was almost a year ago today. I believe it was actually December 19th last year. I was talking with a friend and I said, I think I want to start a YouTube channel. Like, I have a YouTube channel, but it was like just clips of my presentations or like reviews or testimonials from conferences, like conference advisors or like principals or teachers. I said I want to do videos, so which is obviously where Monday with Molly and Flip Your 20 Friday came from. So we do 2-week all year. We're almost at the end. It's not a COVID cough. Excuse me, but that is some maskne. I don't usually get pimples, but thanks, COVID. And I said, it was almost a year ago today. I made that decision. And I think, thank goodness, because not only are these videos helping people, and they're helping me, I got so comfortable looking into into the camera right there of my comparison machine and recording these. I come a couple ideas. I don't really need notes anymore, and I'm just comfortable going. If you've been watching these, you know I'm pretty comfortable doing these. I don't edit. We just go with it. Because when you're on stage, that's the same thing. You don't want to go, hey, 2,000 people, hey, all you 2,000 teens, can I just redo that one? You just got to go. So I've gotten so comfortable doing these that, thank goodness, because by April, and I had 4 months of these under my belt, when virtual conferences and presentations and staff developments were being asked, I could say yes easily because I'm okay being on camera. I mean, right now, I could look at myself all day like, what? What, Cruella de Vil? What? I have to watch that movie again. I think her gray streak is here. I got some here. Anyway, I'm okay doing this, but thank goodness a year ago today, I made a decision and took action, and it has paid off in droves. It's paid off to allow to have an impact still virtually with, frankly, people all over the world, not just the US and not just Canada. And I've been able to still make an income. That's kind of a big deal this year. So, but it was a year ago today I made a decision. And then also the second layer of why this is the topic today is I've been having a lot of conversations with people lately, I guess because it's the end of the year. People want to talk about like nutrition and fitness, or how'd you become a speaker, or how'd you write a book, and all, these are kind of very common conversations I get asked about, or topics. And it's usually followed with, especially like the nutrition fitness piece, it's usually followed with, because I read this article, I listened to this podcast, I saw this movie, I saw this doc, and then the podcast, and then the article. And we're consuming so much information. And look, when it comes to nutrition, you ask 100 different people, you get 100 different answers. But people are consuming so much information, then they get confused and they never take action. What if a year ago today you decided to have 2 servings of vegetables a day instead of 0? What a huge difference that would make now for your overall health. giving your body the nutrients it needs to keep your immune system strong. That would be a cool thing if you did that a year ago today. So there's so much consuming of information, but less action. We must take action. We have to take action. Like, I hate having conversations about nutrition. I'm happy to talk about my sprouts. If you want to learn how to sprout, I geek out about it. I'll give you enough information, then you got to go do it. If you've seen my recent video about Find Your Joy, it's all about my new sprouting, or on Instagram. So I like that, but I'm not going to tell you what I eat every day, because that makes no difference. I can tell you, but you're going to eat what you want to eat. I've had conversations with people, some friends, year after year after year. It's the same conversation. I finally have stopped having. I said, I'm not going to talk about this anymore, because you're not doing anything. Like, I don't know, I think like a lot of people, but I am happy to help. I'm happy to give advice or a different perspective if you are going to then take action. Not just action what I say. I don't mean it like that, but take action. Yeah, get information, then choose to do something. It might work, it might not, but you got to do something. So what if a year ago today, instead if you don't work out at all, you decide to walk 3 days a week? Great. And maybe it even got more. Great. But so let's look at that now. A year from now, it'll be end of December 2021. Let's hope we can say, remember the pandemic? Or it's just super minimal at that point, and we might still be like, we're going to probably still have some of it, but not like what it is now. But I'm so glad in December of 2021, I can say a year ago today, I decided to do this. And then you did it. That's how change happens. It's not thinking it. It's not wishing it. It's action. And I think of this, I'm getting so fired up. It's like chilly in my house. I'm like sweating right now. Find something you're passionate about so you can get sweaty about it when you're talking about it. But I think of this with like self-help stuff. And I've gone through this too, is like self-help, learning, and vulnerability, and Brené Brown, and shape, and consume. And that's great. Then if you want change, you must act on it. If I listened to all kinds of stuff about how to overcome sexual abuse and trauma, and I just listened to it but never did anything, I would not have evolved and healed and become a much happier version of myself. I'd still be in that dark, miserable place because I took the information in, but I didn't act on it. So no matter what it is for you, overcoming trauma, nutrition, fitness, I'm saying that especially because it's the end of the year, finances, relationships, school, especially if it's remote or hybrid. I know it's tough, but what are you going to do to finish strong before the holiday? And then when January comes, 2020 is not a magical elixir. What will you do differently to better yourself? Because when this is over, or when this school year's over in June, and like September might be more normal, or more back to like being in school, you're still going to be there with yourself. You still live your own life. You can't escape you. You're here. So what will you be proud of to look back and say, a year ago today, ... I chose to do this. I made this decision. I made this commitment. And look how far I've come. I can think back on many things I've done where I'm like, thank goodness I made that decision a year ago, or 5 years ago, or 6 months. Thank goodness I made the decision. Making these videos, woo, super glad I made the decision a year ago, because now it's easy for me to get on a virtual Zoom, a live conference, a professional development, a virtual assembly, a virtual keynote for a conference, and just go. Because I can look into a camera where nobody there and know that you are. And hopefully touch your heart and shake things up in here so you can get your power back, because life is all about perspective and flipping your 20. That's what I have to say about that today. Woo! I better put some deodorant on. I'm pitting out here. I hope that helps you. Please like, share, subscribe it. Share it out to anyone this will help. I will see you in a couple days for the next, and one of the few left, Monday with Molly. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. Flip your 20. Peace.